Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. John here. It's time to start building our dreams. So today's video is brought to you in part by KnKut. I was given this set of drill bits back in April down at Jeep Beach, and we'll tell you a little bit more about those, but we're going to update the rack and do some drilling into some metal and change the looks of Ruby. So with that being said, for early access, check us out over on Instagram and TikTok, and roll the video. Hold on. This video is brought to you in part by KnKut because they did give me this tool buddy of 1/64 inch drill bits that go all the way from a 1/16 of an inch all the way up to 1/2 inch. Very similar to what you could pick up at Harbor Freight, but way better. So these are actually tool and die quality, made in America, high quality, high-end drill bits, as you can see by the flag back here. These retail for about $230. I'm no drill bit expert. I have broken a lot of drill bits in the past, so I'm going to pass it off to Andy and we'll go back to Jeep Beach and let them tell you a little bit more about KnKut, and then we'll get started on this project. So Andy's going to talk to us a little bit about these drill bits because I've never seen anything like it before, and they're pretty cool. Go ahead, Andy, tell them a little about it.
So we are an all USA made premium line of industrial quality drill bits and cutting tools. This is our key product that we sell, is a 29-piece drill bit buddy that has a 1/16 through a 1/2 inch drill. It has a 135-degree split tip point. It starts on contact, no need for a center punch, won't walk or skid on you. Polished and ground flutes for added lubricity to keep the heat down. It's got 3 flats on the shank here so that in your keyless chucks it doesn't spin. And then we also have our new step pointed design. So same features that are there with that one, all USA made. But this has a step point feature that allows you to go enlarge existing holes without snapping or breaking off your drill bit.
Awesome.
And that's all that we do, is industrial quality USA made drill bits and cutting tools, left-handed drill bits, reamers, taps, dies, all for the automotive professionals, body shops, off-road shops, repair, custom builders, fabricators, and stuff like that.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah.
So one thing about me is I don't buy cheap tools. There are some tools I'll go cheap on, like a circular saw that I'll use for cutting pavers. But for the most part, it's Dewalt in Milwaukee, whether it's portable hand drills like this or my Craftsman drill press. I put a lot of money into tools, and I believe that tools are an investment. So when you buy drill bits, you want to make sure you make a good investment. Now, to me, these are expendable. You go down to Harbor Freight, you buy some, you break some, you don't cry, you just go buy some replacements. Now, I've probably done that 20 or 30 times in my life, especially if you are drilling through steel. You're going to burn up a lot of drill bits. KnKut drill bits are really cool. They come in this cool little package, easy open, with a watertight seal, and these are stepped all the way up to 1/2 inch. And what's neat about these bits is they have a 135-degree angle. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but I'll show you guys. This is a 1/2 inch bit from Harbor Freight. The KnKut bit is the bit here, and then here's a Harbor Freight bit. Side by side, they're very similar. These have a 118-degree point from the Harbor Freight. These have a 135-degree angle. So very similar. Another thing you'll notice here is these are stepped down. It does not have the tapering here, so these are actually cut so they'll slip down into your chucks of your drill and hold them tight. So even with a 1/2 inch here, I can put in my Milwaukee fuel on the auto chuck with the teeth that are in here that are going to grab a hold of the bit, and that's going to prevent you from slipping your drill bit. If you don't have a 1/2 inch drive drill like this. You can get them with a 3/8 taper. For this project, I like to carry with my tools a dial caliper. Here we've got a piece of aluminum stock. We've already pre-marked everything for the center of the bolts. We've got a piece of wood underneath it so we don't drill into our table. And all we're going to do is take our bolt that goes through our bracket, and we're going to measure that. And that's a 0.320, and that is a 0.320 19/64. So we could actually go a little bit bigger. Just compare side by side. 19/64, and that'll probably get us pretty close. We may want some ability to adjust it up and down, so might actually go a size larger and step it up to a 5/16. So we've got a 5/16 from the KnKut set, and then we've got a 5/16 from the Warrior brand set. And so just so you guys can see what's going on here, I'm going to show you how you would traditionally drill a hole. Put that in the chuck. We've got our marker here that I used for making sure that we found the center point when we drew it. So that's the center of the holes we want. And then typically you would take and use a center punch. All right. And that gives you a place to start your drill bit. Now, if you don't do that, what you end up with is we're going to try to eyeball this to the center of the mark here. That one actually didn't do too bad. But as you can see, you might not be able to tell, but the bit is actually walking. So, and it's barely cutting into the metal. It's really just spinning right there. So I bought some cutting oil. Use our new trusty Defiance knife here from Defiance Tool. Should have done this at the beginning, put some tool oil on here, but I'm telling you right now, because we're losing daylight, I'm probably going to lose patience with these drill bits. This one, I don't think we've used it before actually. And cutting oil isn't cheap, but it's something that's going to make your bits last. It's always good to have a little bit of cutting oil, and you want to use this. You could use motor oil, you could use WD-40, but if you really want your drill bits to last, you're going to use a little bit of cutting oil. And just put a few drops on there. I like to put a drop on my piece. And really it does two things. Cutting oil allows you both lubrication, but it also cuts down on heat. And as you see, this is chipping away at the hole. All right, so that is the Harbor Freight bit. And then what we're going to do over here is we tried using it and it was walking. We actually center punched that one. I think my battery is I got 2 bars on this one. Let's get a new battery. That one's 4 bars. So as you can see, it kind of chipped the metal. One thing about the KnKut bits is it doesn't chip the metal. It takes and it will self-center. So we're going to line our drill bit up with our chuck, tying it down, and we're going to give it a spin. Okay. Now that one's kind of cheating because I did something there, but this one, we're just going to line it up and we didn't use our tool oil, but as you can tell, it's already cutting faster. So throw a little bit of tool oil in there. And it's actually cutting into our wood, so significantly faster. We'll drill out this other hole with the KnKut, and then we'll go into production. Okay, we got a clean hole, so holes are looking pretty good. Just took test the Harbor Freight bit again. So set the KnKut bit to the side, put the Harbor Freight bit in there. So that's where that tool quality comes back in. Add a little cutting oil. Come down to this one. And we'll try and line it up in the center. So as you can see, and these bits are basically brand new. Not walking too much. But it's just not chipping. It's just not as fast. And when you start hearing squeals or see smoke, add another drop of oil in there. And you start to cut through. So when you start feeling it cut through, you just let off on the pressure some. But as you can see, we've done 2 cuts with each of these bits. And it's doing so much better. This one is kind of, you know, pointed, so that point's going into it, whereas this one actually has a cross tip at the end. So I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see that. Also, these tapers on the KnKuts are kind of feathered to roll out the material. So when you cut steel, it'll actually wrap around and spin, but that's pretty neat. But we're going to finish it up with the KnKut bits, because the Harbor Freight bits, they're just taking too long. So when you buy quality, that's what you get. Significantly different. And we're not using anything fancy. I mean, if we wanted to, we could use the Dewalt drill. The small drill from Milwaukee here gives us a lot of control. So make sure we add a little bit of oil. A little bit of oil to our project. And we're just going to start drilling down. Tried to drill into our table a little. I think we may have nicked it. You notice I'm not using a center punch at all either. All right. You have most of these. So normally you would, if you were drilling through this and it was steel, you would center punch it, you would run a small bit through to get your pilot hole, and then you would come back with a larger bit to kind of ream it out. KnKut actually says do not use your drill bits to open up the holes. So it actually dulls it because of the offset chisel tips on there. It can actually cause damage to the drill bit. So, yep, did it again. Throw a drop of oil on here. Put a drop on the 2 on the chisel tips. And line it up in the middle and go to town. Okay. Move on to our next one. A little bit of oil on here. It just cuts clean as butter. It's nice. Lose a little bit of light out here. Mosquitoes are definitely coming out. There we go. Mosquito try to eat my ear. That one tried to pull through to the table. Another couple drops of oil, keep her bit cool and lubricated. Right. And if you've ever had metal shavings in your hand, it's not a pleasant experience. Another drop or two on here. Voila. And drill our final hole. Now this isn't everything we're going to have to do. All right, now what we failed to do was make sure our bolt actually fits, so take our bolt here, make sure it goes through, and it does, so it's good to go. I hope you enjoyed today's video and a quick overview of the KnKut drill bits. As you can see, pretty honest and easy comparison between what you can get at the local box store, Harbor Freight, or what have you, versus the tool die quality made in America bits you get from KnKut. If you would, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, ring the bell so you get the notifications for early access. Check us out over on Instagram and TikTok. And once again, I get to share my dream with you, but the true purpose of this channel is to help motivate, inform, and inspire you so you can get out there and start building your dreams.